course, is House Bill number 289. Brief history on the item. We have held the public hearing on 4/12/2016. The public hearing was closed. Senator Machicki, I believe we have a CS.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move the Senate Committee substitute for House Bill 289 Finance 29-LS1367 \ECHO before the committee as our working document.
I'll object for purposes of discussion. Ms. Shine.
Good morning, Madam Chair and members of the Senate Finance Committee. For the record, Erin Shine, staff to Senator McKinnon and the Senate Finance Committee. The CS before you makes a few changes, and Madam Chair, if you'd like, I can go through sectional analysis.
Please.
Walk through. Section 1 amends AS 08-13010 by changing the membership of the Board of Barbers and Hairdressers from 6 members to 7. One barber seat is replaced with an at-large licensed member, and 1 licensed nail technician and manicurist is added to the board. Section 2 amends AS 72050 by adding the power of the board to adopt regulations allowing the prescription and pharmaceutical agents for the treatment of eye disease. It will describe the scope of practice for licensed and perform ophthalmic surgery and non-invasive procedures. Section 3 amends AS 0872181D by requiring specific hours and period of continuing education requirements for the renewal of an optometrist license but retains delegation of those requirements to the board and regulation. Section 4 repeals and reenacts AS 0872272A to provide that pharmaceutical agents, including controlled substances, may be used by licensed optometrists if consistent with standards adopted by the board and any limitations on practice under Section 6 of the bill. Section 5 amends AS 0872272 and adds new subsections providing an optometrist to make injections into the ocular globe of the eye and limits the prescribing of a controlled substance in quantity exceeding the 7-day supply and requires a referral to a physician or ophthalmologist if it is longer prescription is needed. Section 6, AS 0872 is amended and adds a new section, AS 0872278, the limitations on practice, and it provides that a licensee may perform only services within the licensee's education, training, and experience as provided by board regulations. Section 7 is 0872300, subsection 3, and it revises the definition of optometry. Section 8 provides uncodified transition language for the Board of Barber and Hairdressers to implement the changes in AS 0813010 as board members rotate off the board.
Thank you. Are there questions on the sectional analysis? Thank you, Ms. Shine. Representative Ledoux. Representative Ledoux, it's an awkward time of year when in the legislature, some bills are attached to other bills, and that's what's happening here to Representative Ledoux's somewhat simple bill for membership on the Board of Barbers and Hairdressers.
Senator McKinnon, there is no such thing as a simple bill at the end of the session.
Representative Ledoux, you are right. Representative Ledoux, do you have comments about the CS?
It will probably kill the bill, but it is what it is.
I just wanted to make sure, Representative Ledoux, that the members here knew your objection and that we put that on the record.
Thank you.
Is there any questions to the sponsor of the bill from the committee? With that, I'll remove my objection. Is there further objection on adopting the CS for House Bill number 289 Finance? Seeing and hearing none, the CS is adopted. Senator Machicki, I think we're going to have a forthcoming fiscal note, but if you could cover the fiscal note as we have it.
Well, as we have it, Madam Chair, it's just the board. So the department is Department of Commerce, Community, and Economic Development. The appropriation is corporations, business, and professional licensing, and the allocation is the same. The O&B component number is 2380. It's a zero fiscal note from FY17 through FY22 with no capital and no added personnel. But Madam Chair, this is officially a forthcoming fiscal note for the amendment.
Thank you. Brief at ease. the record, if you recall what is happening as far as inserting another bill into a title that will accept that entry for under a single subject rule, SB 55 has been incorporated into House Bill 289. Senator Machicki, we moved that bill from our committee yesterday. Could you give the fiscal note that was there yesterday so that the committee members understand what we're moving forward?
We did, and I assume the combination would add this $2,500. This fiscal note is from the Department of Commerce, Community and Economic Development. Appropriation is corporations, business, and professional licensing, and the allocation is the same. The OMB component number is 2360, which is the same as the HB 289 OMB component number, hence the single subject. This is for services, $2,500, $2,500, and that's the first year, and that's covering the legal cost to amend regulations, printing, and postage in the first year. There's no additional cost from FY17 through FY22.
Thank you. Representative Ledoux, any comments before we move your bill?
Well, normally I say thank you for moving my bill, but I think I'm going to forego that today. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Representative Ledoux. We appreciate you coming to Senate Finance. Senator Machicki, do we have a motion?
Madam Chair, I move the Senate Committee substitute for House Bill 289 Finance 29-LS1367 \ECHO from committee with the forthcoming fiscal note and committee recommendations.
Is there any objection? Seeing and hearing none, the Senate CS for House Bill number 289 Finance \E moves from committee. Brief at ease while we sign the paperwork.